Now, come on. I need a good clap. Welcome. It's your friendly neighborhood badger here, and I'm back with a little bit of a video about logbooks. Now, a lot of people are talking about logbooks, saying they're super fun, pretty rewarding, maybe not the best in terms of rewards in the entire game right now, but the fun really trumps the rewards. Myself, I'd put logbooks at about a 9 out of 10 for fun, maybe about a 7 out of 10 for rewards. But today, we're going to talk all about these things. Now, I've got 4 of them here. I farmed these all myself, and I've been pretty lucky. Honestly, in the playtime that I've had, I've dropped about 10 logbooks. I think I've run about 6, maybe 5 or 6, so 9 or 10. And I've got 4 of them here for you to have a little look at them. Now, a logbook is a book that you can drop doing any of the league mechanics. An expedition logbook that you can take over here to Danig, and you can, not exchange items, sorry, you can show expedition map, you can put this in here, and he will list some different areas that you can go to. Now, you can only go to one of these. So, we either have the Dryad Riverbed or the San Slums. Now, I can only choose one of these to go to. If I choose one, I'm not going to be able to put the logbook in again and do the other one, right? Now, each of the zones are tied to rewards specifically from masters themselves, or not the masters, the traders themselves. So, the Druids of the Broken Circle is Gwenin. The Order of the Chalice is, I think, Rog, right? Is that correct? Yeah. Order of the Chalice is Rog. Broken Circle is Gwenin. We've then got the Black Scythe Mercenaries as Tujin, and then Danig is Knights of the Sun. Now, you can see here, just by looking at the logbooks, we've got Order of the Chalice, Broken Circle, we've got Broken Circle, Order of the Chalice, Knights of the Sun, Broken Circle, Order of the Chalice, Broken Circle right there. So I don't have any of the Black Scythe Mercenaries, but I have done quite a few of them before, and I fought the boss. Now, the 4 different bosses, and each of the bosses are in each of their different areas in these. And they're kind of random chances, I'm pretty sure. Now, a lot of people are saying that with the logbooks as well, the position that you actually find these areas, you can see here, we've got one all the way down here in the Volcanic Island, we've got the Val Temple, Utsal outskirts, then you'll be able to see different locations here as well on the map. The Karui Wargraves, Bluffs, Mountainside, that these have potential differences in the loot that they can drop, as well as potential of the number of bosses that they have right there as well. Not number of bosses, but chance to spawn a boss, right? So before we jump into a logbook, you can also, I'm just going to quickly state right here, you can also roll the logbooks. So you can roll them either magic or rare, so less effective curse on monsters, less recovery rate, I'll roll here. Monsters cannot be taunted, and action speed cannot be modified below base value. You can also make them rare. I'll do it on this one right here. They get a bunch more right there. And obviously, the item quantity and rarity and pack size does go up there as well if you do that. So I'm actually going to take, you know what? I'm going to take the Knights of the Sun Volcanic Island, this one right here. And I might just roll it a couple more times. Reduced extra damage from critical strikes is totally fine for this build because we don't deal crit. And Reflect Elemental is totally fine as well. So this is basically a 2 mod that doesn't do anything for us. So I'm going to take this one right here. So we go to Danig, we put this one in, into the expedition map, and I'm going to go to the Volcanic Island Knights of the Sun. So we've got explosive radius increased, explosive placement range increase, and number of runic monster markers as well right there. Alright, so let's go into this one. So I'm going to put these ones back over here, and we're going to go in. The portals look absolutely amazing. I don't think I've gone to the Volcanic Island before, so let's have a good look at Volcanic Island, shall we? As you go into, oh, maybe I have gone into this one. As you go into the Volcanic Island, you'll see a bunch of icons on the map. Now, there's lots of different icons. A lot of them are chests that basically, when you crack open these chests, you grant rewards based on, you know, the icon. So this is, you know, fragments. And then you also have the remnants themselves, which buff up the chain along. And then you've also got these ones over here, which are kind of the spirals, which are the expedition mechanic itself. So these will be dropping remnants of each respective master of the ones you go into. So obviously right up here, we've got some currency, we've got some div cards, we've got a bunch of stuff. So we'll try and pick up those. The last thing to mention is if you do explode a couple of things over here, these glowing things on the map, these are little rocks that will open up to underground areas. So there's two really close to each other right here, which is really, really nice. So I'll show you those underground areas as well right there. Now, you do have to pay, first of all, a lot of attention to the chain of events in your logbook. Like you would be doing in maps themselves in the expeditions, each remnant that you explode will apply the modifiers, both the prefix modifier to the monsters and the suffix modifier to your rewards. It'll apply it to the one you explode and every other explosion from there. So say, for example, I make a big chain all the way through here, right, and I hit on this one. Monsters are immune to physical damage. I'm a full physical build right here, so I definitely don't want to touch on this one right here. This means that any other chain that I make from this point, all of the monsters will be immune to physical damage, which is really bad. So what I want to do is Control V to undo, undo, undo right there, and then I'll undo right back to the start. So the best thing that you can do right at the start of a logbook is really try and plan out as much as you can, because the rewards are very much tied to how well you plan out. Now, a good thing to focus on potentially at the start is remnants. If you find that you have a lot of chests in the area that have really cool rewards, trying to find remnants that apply to chests is really great, right? So say, for example, this one right here. Excavated chests have 50% chance to contain additional currency items. I'd probably want to branch out here, and there's a couple down here as well. Runic monsters, excavated chest, currency shards, and quantity of excavated chests. So you know what I would do? I'd probably go like this, right? I'd probably start with quantity in excavated chests right here. I might go down to here just to pick that one up, and then I might jump all the way up here. Oh, hang on. Even just adjusting every now and then, just the slightest of range, now means that I can go all the way over here and pick up this one right here, right? So you really want to make sure that you can try and pick up as much as you can. Great modifiers on the runic logbooks themselves, or expedition logbooks, are explosive radius, placement range, and number of explosives. Those are really, really good ones you want to be focusing on. Now, unfortunately, I haven't found any bosses in this one. Usually a boss is indicated by a skull on the map, and if you explode that up, you will get a boss. I'm pretty sure the bosses are affected by both the rewards themselves and the prefixes of the monster stuff there as well. So if we got increased bleeding duration on the boss, then the boss would be able to inflict some pretty nice bleeding right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of a cut. I'm going to lay out everything right here, and then I'm going to run through everything that I've done, then we're going to open everything up. So we're going to do a bit of a cut to where I've placed the rest of the 17 explosions, then we'll come back and we'll talk about it, and then I'll showcase the actual opening of everything right there. The last things is really, really do pay attention. You can at any time hover over this right here, and it will show you all of the modifiers that you have. So I'll show you that at the end there as well. All right, cut time. Nice, we're back. I've laid all of my traps, or my explosives. Now, first of all, the first thing that I would always like to do, because I have bricked these before, is hover over this, right? And we can have a look at, you normally just look at all of the modifiers at the top, the prefix modifiers. So, the ones in yellow are going to be immunities. Now, I don't deal any fire damage, so we can see immune to fire there, but that's totally fine, right? So, we can see right here, all damage from monsters hits poison. They apply a random hex on hit, the runic monsters at least, and they have a chance to dodge attack hits, spell hits, they take reduced damage, they have increased poison duration, cold res, fire res, hits overwhelm, physical damage. Every 4 seconds they regenerate life, they're immune to curses, they deal increased damage, and they have base ward to their maximum life. Now that's not going to be applying from every monster from the beginning. Obviously that applies in chain. So that can sound pretty nasty. It's only at the end that things are really going to get nasty, but we should be totally fine. This build's relatively fine at a distance, so let's see. Now this is obviously an 83, monster level 83 zone. There's a very high potential that I do die here, but we're in softcore on 0%, 0% experience. So let's see what kind of rewards we get out of this, shall we? So let's detonate, let's go. So first of all, what I'm going to do is not really open any chests. I'm just going to be going for killing monsters, right? So I'm just going to try and kill as many monsters as I can all the way through here. Try and stay at a distance as well, because the more, you know, the more that you don't die, the more that, the more that you're going to be able to pick up everything at the end and be able to go out and back in and everything like that. So we're just going to try and keep it a distance. I did take quite a bit of damage before. These big guys do a lot of damage, so I'm going to nice. I'm going to try and kill those ones first. And try and just keep each pack as we go along the chain. And then we'll be able to come back and pick up everything from the chest, and you'll be able to see the kind of loot that you bring out of this. So the reason I say it's about a 7 out of 10, maybe even only a 6 out of 10 in terms of loot. Oh, we got a Spectral Hollow and a Forgotten Grotto. We'll come back to those. So as I said, those are 2 holes that we opened up, and they're pretty cool. Alright, we'll come back to those ones. Now, we're still killing these monsters here. We'll go and kill them all, and then we'll retrace our steps and open up all of the chests on the way back, right? So things are starting to get really nasty up here. The monsters are starting to take a lot less damage and deal a lot more damage, and they're also evading a ton, right? So we do have to really be careful all the way through here. Although, actually, I think Resolute Technique means that the monsters can't evade my hits, which is, you know, pretty fine. Alright, and there's a lot of chests at the end here. So, as I said, I focused on getting chest rewards to start, and then make my way over to this section over here, which have a lot of chest rewards, right? So that means that hopefully these chests are going to be spewing out some pretty nice rewards for us once we finish everything up. Alright. Once we're getting... Oh, big golem over here. No, he's dead. And there should just be a couple more monsters over here. Quite a few runic monsters. Now, I'm not really getting hit too much, so they're not really applying that hex on hit, which is really nice to me. Because the one hex that I don't want on me is the silence hex, meaning that I can't cast any war cries, right? And there we go, all done. That was relatively easy. There's a couple of more monsters to kill over in these ones over here, but let's open all of these, right? So first of all, we get a couple of things right here. A 4 passive projectile damage medium cluster right there. 2 divine orbs. You can see right here, there's some pretty nice rewards, right? A Voltaxic Sulfite Vein, that's pretty funny. You can explode that and get some Sulfite. I'm already capped. I haven't really gone into my Sulfite areas at all, though. Alright, getting quite a few things through here. Some stacked decks, a couple of maps. Tier 16 map was one of them, which is pretty nice. A lot of currency over this one. Well, I really need to change my loot filter sounds. Updated to a lot of the new things dropping, don't I? Alright, the Common Sun. They've really buffed the artifact drop rates as well. You do get a lot more through. Alright, I'm going to just quickly go down to this chest down here. This chest down here. Gilded Breach Scarab, that's pretty tasty. We'll jump right over here. Polished Legion Scarab. Some artifacts. Nothing from that one. Oh, some oils, but they're very low tier, so my loot filter's not showing them. A couple of stuff over here. And chest here. Oh my goodness, some very nice tier 14, well, tier 12 to 16. Alright, now we've got these last 2 areas right here, right? Now these usually, as you go in, they'll have a bunch of monsters, and then they'll also have a couple of chests as well. And I think if you clear the monsters, you might get a couple more rewards. I can't quite remember. Excavated chest right here. A couple of blueprint stuff right there. And then we've got this one over here. I cannot carry that. What is it? A War Banner has increased aura effect. We don't need that. I'm going to jump over here and get the Ancient Kalguran text, which is kind of quest stuff, but I think it's pretty much just lore. And then the Forgotten Grotto over here. And one more text. No monsters in this one, it looks like. Unless if I open this one and then there is monsters. Look like it. Delirious and a large cluster. I'm going to leave that one on the ground. It's 12 passive. That's basically it right there. That's everything. Now, what did we get? We got a bunch of stuff. We got quite a few maps. Got a couple of stacked decks. I might open them right now just to see if we score something. We did not. A couple of divines. Yeah, so in here, I would say we got maybe about... Well, how much are divine orbs? Yeah, 8 chaos. Yeah, so we got maybe about like 40 chaos. If we're including maps, it's up to like 60, 70 chaos potentially in terms of rewards back. And the logbooks themselves, being an 83 logbook, that would have costed maybe about 20 chaos to buy. So that's everything. I hope I covered everything. Danig, yeah, you can go to him and you can, you know, talk through the lore if you want to with him. Yeah, that's about it. I'll showcase some boss stuff. I want to hopefully be able to showcase each of the 4 bosses. So when I come across them, I'll record videos for them. Hope you enjoyed this one here, chat. Thank you so much for watching. Hope it helped you to understand logbooks at all. If you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments down below, or come catch me live on twitch.tv/thisisbadger. Hit that sub button if you like the content. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Until next time, Badger is out.